In the year 2024, Romania experienced a contentious presidential election that ultimately led to its annulment in early 2025. The candidate at the center of this controversy was George Simeon Georgescu, an anti-war and pro-Russian figure who had garnered significant support from Romanian citizens. However, his victory raised concerns among NATO member states, particularly the United States and Ukraine, which saw Romania's alignment with Russia as a threat to their geopolitical interests in Eastern Europe. As tensions escalated between Romania and its Western allies, it became increasingly clear that these nations were not willing to accept Georgescu's presidency. In response, they orchestrated what can be described as a coup d'etat within the Romanian political system. The Constitutional Court of Romania annulled the election results, citing alleged Russian interference in the form of manipulated votes and campaign irregularities. This decision led to widespread protests across the country, with citizens railing against the do-over election that was ordered as a result. Amidst this political turmoil, Romania's relationship with Russia took on an increasingly hostile tone. The presence of NATO troops in Ukraine served as a potential flashpoint for conflict between Russia and the Western military alliance. With tensions high and the possibility of direct confrontation looming, it was not long before the situation began to resemble a Cold War-style standoff. The stakes were further raised when Georgescu himself was arrested after announcing his intention to participate in the rescheduled election. This move by NATO and its allies effectively neutralized any potential challenge from the anti-war candidate, but it also served as a stark reminder of the growing threat that Romania's political crisis posed to Russia. As 2025 progressed, the situation between Romania, NATO, and Russia remained precarious. The possibility of a military confrontation loomed large over Eastern Europe, with each side taking increasingly aggressive stances in response to perceived provocations from their adversaries. This tense atmosphere was further exacerbated by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, where NATO troops continued to engage Russian-backed forces on the ground. In this context, it is essential to recognize that Romania's 2024–2025 elections and subsequent coup d'etat were not isolated incidents, but rather a reflection of broader geopolitical tensions between Russia and its Western adversaries. The military base and threat to Russia in this scenario are rooted in the strategic importance of Romania as a NATO member state, its proximity to Ukraine, and the potential for conflict that exists within this volatile region. There have been discussions and speculations regarding the possibility of Romania being used as a pawn in an attack against Russia. This concern arises due to several factors that contribute to this potential scenario. Firstly, it is crucial to understand the geopolitical context surrounding Romania. The country has become increasingly involved with NATO since joining the alliance in 2004. As a result, Romania hosts significant military infrastructure for NATO, particularly along its Black Sea coast. This strategic location allows NATO to project power and influence into neighboring regions, including Ukraine and Russia. In recent years, tensions between NATO members and Russia have escalated due to events such as the annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014 and ongoing conflicts in eastern Ukraine. This has led some experts, like General Flynn mentioned earlier, to predict that Romania could be used as a catalyst for conflict with Russia. The concern is rooted in Article 7 of the NATO Treaty, which states that an attack on one member state shall be considered an attack on all members. This means that if Romania were to become involved in a military confrontation with Russia, it could potentially trigger a larger-scale conflict involving other NATO countries. Moreover, there have been instances where political unrest and coups have occurred within Romania, raising questions about the stability of its government. If such an event were orchestrated by external forces to create instability in Romania, this could be exploited as a pretext for military intervention by NATO members against Russia. As we continue our discussion on these topics, It is crucial to remember that while historical precedents may offer some insight into the possible outcomes of such crises, the unpredictable nature of human affairs often leads to unexpected developments. It remains to be seen how this complex web of alliances, tensions, and political maneuvering will ultimately shape the future of Eastern Europe and its relations with both NATO and Russia. In summary, while it is not guaranteed that Romania will be used to attack Russia, the geopolitical landscape and strategic importance of its location make it a potential flashpoint for future conflict. It is essential for all parties involved to engage in diplomacy and pursue peaceful resolutions to ongoing disputes rather than resorting to military confrontation.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Have a topic you want us to talk about? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the world around you.